Hi, welcome back to Bramley Glade Books. I just thought I'd give another update on how I'm getting on with my rebinding. So I didn't do a video last week because it's taken me a bit longer to get to where I am now. I did put out a couple of book review videos last week, so that's why I'm a bit behind. But I have got a few things to show. I'll start with the what I would call the standard edition. So I still haven't actually rebound any books yet. I am going to be doing that in the next week because I want to get the standard edition finished. So what I have is the finished slipcase. You might not be able to see that too well, but I'll put some photos in. So this is basically the first slipcase for the standard, the basic edition that I'm doing for the Hand of the Devil. Similar to the one I showed before, it's the basic red cloth on the outside with an orange, like sort of a faux, is it like a sort of faux suede interior. So yeah, red and orange. Really happy with that. I need to do this. This isn't the finished one because it's a bit rough in places. And there's glue. You can see glue on the inside, and I got a bit of glue on the outside. So a bit sloppy there. But I just wanted to get a sort of finished look, finished prototype. So yeah, over the next week I'll bind the first. I'll do the first rebind, the basic one, and then that will go in. I'll make another one of these that will go into there, and that'll be the finished first edition, standard edition. For the second edition, I've had a bit of a rethink. I did have a Hessian, like burlap covered slipcase for the second edition. But I've had a bit of a rethink. The second edition is now going to have a smaller book to go with it, which will be a printed and bound copy of a short story that I wrote that went on to become The Hand of the Devil. I've started to print that out actually. So this is Epicure and the Terrible. This is like I said, the short story that I adapted into Hand of the Devil. So I think there'll be 4 sections like this. I think it's 20 sides. It's about 80 altogether, so there'll be 4 sections like this that I'll sew together and bind it, and then that will go into the middle edition. In fact, I think I will bind that in Hessian because I still want to use Hessian in some way. So that'll probably be bound in Hessian, and that'll go with the. I don't have it with me at the moment, but the sort of red cloth bound Hand of the Devil. And it will go into this, and this is I rushed the completion of this yesterday. I just wanted to get it done. It was a bit more complicated than I thought, so this is a bit rough around the edges, literally. This is a concealed slipcase. It's recently I got the Amaranthine books, Alice in Wonderland, and that came in a concealed slipcase, and it's really, really nice. And I can't remember seeing one before, so I wanted to have a go at just trying to reverse engineer it, just to sort of, I measured all the dimensions, and then adapted them to fit the Hand of the Devil. So, obviously 2 sections on the outside that go together like that, and on the inside you'll have the book. It's a bit loose there, so the dimensions weren't perfect, but I've got to remeasure everything anyway because there's going to be 2 books. There's going to be this, and then there'll be another, the short story bound as well to go in there. So I need to remeasure everything anyway. But that basically shows you how the concealed slipcase works. You just put the book in, and then you completely enclose. Like so. I might actually use. I was just. For the clamshell box that you'll see in a minute, I was just grabbing at materials I had to hand just to do the prototype. They weren't necessarily the finished colours. But in both cases, I actually quite like the colours. I actually think these go together quite nice, sort of dark, sort of purple on the sides, and then if you can see this too well, but it's this Harris tweed, a really nice Harris tweed fabric, mainly used in clothes, I think. But I put a backing on it. I put a paper backing. I think I used white tissue, so that I could use it as a kind of book cloth, and that's on both sides. And that's just a purple book cloth, I think, on the side. So it's actually really nice. I like the look of it. But again, it's not finished to a high enough degree for it to be a finished article. It's just a mock-up, prototype. But I'm quite happy with the design. So the finished one will be similar to this, I think. I may end up using the same material. I don't know. Not sure about the purple though. And obviously the inside there isn't finished. That'll have a proper interior on it. And it'll have the Hessian on the book. And yeah, 2 books. There'll be 2 books in there, so it'll be slightly wider. So that's the middle edition. And so I had a go at making a clamshell box. And a bit like the concealed slipcase, I kind of rushed through a bit because it was the first time I made it. It didn't have to be perfect. I just wanted to get an idea of the process of making a clamshell box. So it's not perfect by any means. And again, I've chosen more or less the same colours, but these aren't going to be the final colours, I don't think. It's just a sort of just wanted to choose something. This is a nice buckram actually. It's a really nice coating to use. So basically you would this way around. You normally have the book on the right hand side here in the smaller tray. This spine piece here, when you close the box, it forms the other side of the tray, so it encloses the book completely. And then the top tray folds over the top, conceals it, and then you can put it on the shelf. Kind of looks like a book itself, and you can put a label here. You can put some designs on it, and it does kind of look like a book, but obviously it conceals a book inside it. It's really good for delicate books, older vintage books that you want to protect. You can just conceal it completely, and then it protects it from dust, from sunlight and everything, and it's just a really nice, tidy way of protecting your book. So this is going to have it'll have the third rebind in it, which is probably going to be in leather. So this will be the best, like the nicest of the 3 sets. It'll have a leather bound Hand of the Devil, and also it hasn't even been published yet, but I've written a sequel to the Hand of the Devil, Minos, and I'm going to print that out and bind it like I'm doing with the short story, and then when it's bound, I'll bind that in leather as well. Maybe a brown leather, and then both books will be in here, so it's going to be a much wider, deeper clamshell box. The books are going to sit on top of each other. They'll probably have something separating them, and I've got an idea of that design which actually ties into the plot of the second book, which could be quite a cool touch. And that'll be the 3rd edition, the sequel edition, I'm calling it. Yeah, it'll probably be about twice as thick as this, and it'll have the 2 books in it. So the next step now that I know where I'm going with the slipcases, the next step now, like I said, is to finish the standard edition. Rebind the one here. It'll be to take one of these standard copies, obviously remove the binding, and then basically make a brand new binding for it. Attach the text block to the binding. This hasn't got a tail band on it actually, so I'm going to put a nice tail band on it as well, and then probably a bookmark as well. I'll be on all 3 of the editions. So yeah, I'll rebind the first one, the slipcase again. Hopefully it'll be as close to perfect as I can get it. I need to actually refresh my memory on how to do the slipcase, because I'm not sure I'm getting when you come to put the cloth on the outside, mostly correct, but I think I just need to finesse that a bit so it's a bit tidier. and also find a way of not getting glue all over it. Then when I've done that, I'll move on to the second one. I've started working out how to format in sort of using Microsoft Word and Adobe Acrobat Pro in order to manipulate PDFs. Sometimes you have to add blank pages in order to get the right page count so that you can print it off in sections. So I'm still working on getting the formatting of that correct, and when that's printed and bound, that'll go into the second edition, and then when that's all done, I'll move on to the last one. But it is taking a bit longer than I thought. There's a lot more involved than I thought. But I presume it's like everything. Once you get used to it, you'll be able to speed it all up. Yeah, so I think it's going quite well so far. It's very, very rewarding, very interesting hobby. Like I said, I haven't done a lot of binding yet, but I will be doing it. And I would like to bind some books from scratch and make some notebooks. But yeah, it's all good fun. So thanks very much for watching again. I hope you all have a good weekend and stay safe, and I'll see you soon.